That's why they call it trampoline. Trampoline. Like a Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. Yeah. Money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front. I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. Woo. Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up. I see you like the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go your man with my name in your mouth? I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce. Looking like. I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. Woo. Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they gang, so don't be talking sideways. Sideways, sideways.
Stand and look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They met here on the opening Thursday of 2015, and they're at it again here. The Steelers and Pats are underway. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On second down, Michel. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on third down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Gordon, of course, picked up in a trade from the Browns back on September 18th, and he really should help a Patriot offense that has some question marks at wide receiver.
Yeah, you're banking on a lot of potential here with Josh Gordon because if you get the total package, if you get the size, the speed, the catch radius, the ability to play the ball in the air, he has everything. Could be one of the top 3 or 4 receivers in the NFL when he's on top of his game. And they need him to be that. Remember, they traded Brandon Cooks to the Los Angeles Rams in the offseason.
Now a first down carry is Michel. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. To Michel on the dump off. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Shotgun now for Brady. Gets it to Gordon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Well, that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, 66.
They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel taking it in from 11 yards out, and the Pats have taken the early lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that makes the score 7-0. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Roethlisberger. And his first look is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Snickers.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard. Yard line.
Let's go.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. First carry for James Conner. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The corner, Stephon Gilmore on the stop. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCoy. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Patriot football again, and yeah, this team, so funny. It seems like we have this conversation every week, every year, but they started 1-2. Oh my. Look, we talked about this last week. We knew that they would pick it up, and they have. They've won 4 straight this past week, beating the Bears 38-31.
Yeah, but not a normal 38-31, because the way that finished with the Bears having a chance to win the game, or at least get it tied with the Hail Mary, but still a win, and they did it without Gronk. He didn't even make the trip for this one. Sony Michel, their rookie runner, maybe on the shelf for a while. They're hoping it won't be for too long. The Patriots, though, they scored 38 points or more 4 straight games. So guess what? Number 12, Tom Brady, still piloting one of the best offenses in the league.
It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And that will force a turnover on downs. Roethlisberger will hand to Conner. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly,
that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Snickers, 66. All right, let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Room here to run. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And a dump off to White. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected.
And he's going to get into the end zone. So cue up the Gronk spike. It's a Patriot touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, 27 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Gronkowski with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Gronkowski now out to kick it away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 on the board. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And out across midfield down to the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make our score 14-7. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. On first down, Brady. He'll check this one down to Michel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It's big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A first carry now for Rex Burkhead. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barber. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Now they'll throw with Brady. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Connor. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Snickers, 66. Snickers, 66.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Caught here by Bell. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 47 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell for the extra point. Boswell good with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. T.J. Watt. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack, as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? The final shot before half for Brady. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 2 quarters. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Switzer now to return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan is showing you.
The drive will start with Connor, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Roethlisberger. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Brady. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. Is that not the very definition of a tough yard game?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard is going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And that's caught. It's Edelman again. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection. Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
New England on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Brady going to throw. Caught on the right side by DrSwann. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Hoyer. Eluding the pressure, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Javon Hargrave able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's White. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Foxborough. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. As a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman from 13 yards out, and the Patriots have moved out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Snickers, you gotta spin.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Snickers, 66.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Complete to Washington. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on fourth down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 15. The drive starts with a run by White. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Flush to his right. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.